Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So today we've got a Ja Morant build, so make sure he's a point guard and we'll move on to the body settings. So Ja Morant's listed at 6'3", so that's the height we're going to go with. In terms of the weight, we are just going to bump that up just a bit to 208 pounds. So that just boosts a bit of strength because we will be getting pretty high strength with this build. I do think he's a very strong point guard compared to other point guards. In terms of wingspan, we're going to push that up by 1 as well, just to push finishing up a bit higher also. In terms of body shape, I just like to find for guards, and we'll move on to the attributes. So one thing I will say about Ja Morant, he's a very good slasher. You know, he's a playmaking slasher. If we were going to call it an archetype, he's not a fantastic shooter. He only shoots 32.5% from 3 for his career, so he's not a great jump shooter. Last season he did shoot 34.5%, which was an improvement, but it's still not great. I would say that's below average for most players. But he's definitely a fantastic slasher and playmaker in his young career. So what we're going to do first off is we're going to push close shot to 76. So you do get a lot of good badges with close shot, and it is pretty cheap to upgrade. It does give you the 4 badge points off the bat. In terms of driving layup, we're going to push that to 88. So we get a lot of layup animations with the 88 driving layup, and you'll also get the extra badge point and a lot of really good layup badges. You know, slithery finishes there, silver. You know, fearless finishes, gold as well, just to help with stamina. I do think it's worth putting gold. I do find that I get a good boost. You know, finishing contact with fearless finisher. You know, mashes there, that could be a decent one if you're coming up against really small point guards. It's in tier 1. In terms of driving dunk, of course, you know, he's a posterizing machine. He's trying to dunk on everyone. 3 seasons in, and he's almost ended about 8 careers if he'd have dunked it in. So what we're going to do is we're going to push driving dunk to 93 so that we get that gold posterizer and also the elite contact dunks. You will also get these small contact dunks because you're below 6'5" or 6 or something, I think it is now. And you'll also get the pros as well, as along with the alley-oops. So pretty much all the contact dunks you can get as a guard. But that'll be all for finishing with the 22 badges. Now for shooting, like I said, he's not a fantastic shooter. You know, he can get hot. He's very streaky, but most of the time he's missing a lot of those shots. So we're only going to push mid-range shot to 62, and then 3-point shot we're going to put to 76. So, you know, if you do find a really good jump shot that you use, obviously you got a lot more versatility now with the layup timing that you can equip, not affecting your jump shot. Of course, there's going to be jump shots that'll probably come out soon that we've found that are really good for lower ratings that you can use. So you can definitely find a way to be consistent, particularly if you're open with 76. But it's not going to be a primary method of scoring, and it's not Ja Morant's primary method either. So I wanted that to represent that a lot. So 76 will still be okay. In terms of free throw, we're going to push that to 76 as well, because that's pretty much what he shoots from the line, and he's a 75.4% free throw shooter for his career, and I think that's pretty spot on having that 76. In terms of playmaking, you know, he averages 7 assists for his career already, only 3 years in. So, you know, he's definitely a really good playmaker already. You know, it'd be great to see him get even better. Because he could be amazing. He could lead the league in scoring and also, you know, assists. That would be just incredible. But in terms of pass accuracy, we're going to push that to 80. So that'll be pretty fast pass accuracy. You know, you get the diamond gold as well. But he's definitely more of a scorer than he is a playmaker. But he can definitely, you know, run the offense and get a load of assists. So I think 80 should be fine for Ja Morant. Now in terms of ball handle, you know, he's lightning with the ball. You know, he's quick combos, just gets past players with ease. So I wanted to push it to 94, particularly to get handles for days, because you are the point guard. You probably want that gold, and at 94, that's what you get. That's when you get it gold. In terms of speed with ball, we're going to push that to 89 as well for the extra badge point. Of course, with the ball handle, you do have Hall of Fame quick first step. So, you know, be lightning off the bounce. You know, got 89 speed with ball, 94 ball handle. Players are going to have a tough time trying to stay in front of you. In terms of defense, he is a decent defender, although I'm not sure he's probably the weakest defender on his team in terms of the starting lineup. But he's definitely can hold his own, particularly against other point guards. He's definitely got the athleticism to do that. But we are going to push interior defense to 42. That just gets pushed up with other attributes. Perimeter defense, we're going to push to 79. So at 79, you just get that challenger badge silver, which could be handy to contest shots because you can only get clamps bronze. So having challenger silver might just help contest shots a bit better. In terms of steal, he does only average a steal a game. So it's not incredibly high, but it's not really low either. So we're going to push steal to 78 just to get in those passing lanes with that silver interceptor. That is in tier 3, so it might be something you might want to, unfortunately miss out on. But it is there if you want it. In terms of block, he doesn't average a lot of blocks, so we're only going to put that to 30. That just gets upgraded with other attributes. And then defensive rebound, we're just going to drop to 35. Just make sure that's 35 because that does get affected by other attributes as well. Now in terms of physicals, we're going to push that to speed to 87. I'd love it to go higher, but I couldn't afford to get it any higher than 87. That's still going to be pretty quick, I feel, for a point guard. Many people want 90 plus, but I don't think there's much of a difference between 87, particularly on the builds that I've used. They're very similar, and if you get out the back on fast breaks early enough, no one's catching you with 87 speed anyway. So if you play the angles right, even in the half-court defense, you should still be able to catch up to a lot of those guards with high speed as well. So I should be able to work with 87 speed. In terms of acceleration, we're going to put that to 85 as well. And then strength. So this is really up to you. You can use the attributes you save on strength to upgrade other things if you wish. But I felt that for Ja Morant, I did want that silver bully. I wanted it silver because that's what he tries to do. He just tries to bully other guards, just attack the rim, tries to bully centers, 7-foot centers, just tries to just dunk over the top of them, just destroy them. So I did want bully because I think that badge really represents how Ja Morant plays. So in terms of vertical as well, we do need an 85 vert for all the contact dunks, so make sure that's 85. And then the rest is just going to go on stamina for 92 stamina. And that's the build. So in total we have 22 finishing, 12 shooting, 27 playmaking, and 15 defensive badges, for a total of 76 badges for this Ja Morant build. That's elite slasher, elite playmaking, or taking guys off the dribble. Got solid defense, solid shooting, pretty solid physicals as well, and the 82 strength. You can really dominate other guards, particularly on drives. And you can really take other centers as well because that strength is very high. So you can definitely use it to finish over centers. But that's the build. Definitely a 3-level scorer if you get a good jump shot. But we'll take a look at the takeovers. So for Ja, I just chose finishing moves and easy blow-bys. He's a slasher at heart. He is a good playmaker, but I think we want those slashing takes because that's what he's really great at. And as you can see, you've got shades of Muhammad Abdul-Rauf, De'Aaron Fox, and Damian Lillard. There's definitely a lot of Ja Morant in De'Aaron Fox. They play a similar style, but of course Ja Morant's just next level, isn't he? But we'll take a look at the badges. So for tier 1 badges for Ja and finishing, I definitely think Masher could be great, Giant Slayer, Aerial Wizard because he does catch a lot of lobs. And then in tier 2, Acrobat, Fearless Finisher could be great. You do need 2 more to upgrade to the tier 3, so these ones might be worth upgrading. And then in tier 3, we wanted that bully, that's why we put the strength up to 82. Posterizers there, you can equip as a core badge, and you still got 5 left. You can put that on Limitless Takeoff. You can swap bully down to bronze, put Limitless Takeoff on silver. You can even add points into finishing when you start your career to get those up a bit higher, but there's definitely a lot of badges here to play with for finishing. In terms of shooting, the ones I would choose, he's definitely pretty clutch. When he needs to hit a shot, I'd say he's pretty decent at hitting shots, so that could be a good one. That goes in hand with Comeback Kid. He's a volume shooter. Apart from that, he's not particularly great off the catch. He's definitely more of a pull-up player. You do have a fair amount here, so you could put amps because he doesn't run out of stamina. Space Creator could be great. You've got the 3 left. You know, you can put extra badge points to get one of these, but I don't think that truly represents Ja. So I think Midi Magician could be great. And then maybe, you know, take that off. Just get catch and shoot. But there's, you know, you've got a fair amount here. You've got 12 to play with. You're able to find something that you can hit solid 3s with. Now for playmaking, the tier 1 badges I'd like for Ja probably be Dimer. That would be a great one to have. You know, Floor General. You know, Needle Threader to help with those passes. Ankle Breaker, of course. Quick First Step. You know, you can definitely push it up to Hall of Fame just to get it in there. I might put it Gold for now just so I can sort of show Unpluckable. That's probably one you want. And then for your tier 3, you know, there's a lot here. You know, Handle for Days might be good to have as a core because that's probably the one you want to go for. But you know, for Ja, you know, Clamp Breaker, Killer Combos. You know, you put an extra couple points in here. You can get Mismatch Expert Bronze, but those would be the badges I would go with. I think they're fantastic. You know, Hopper Drive could be a good one because he's a fast break player. But all those badges would be great for Ja. So for tier 1 for Ja, definitely, you know, chase down artists could be great. You know, you are very quick, so you can definitely chase down guys on the break if you anticipate it early enough. You know, Pick Dodger could be great to have silver. Menace, fantastic to have gold because you can't get clamps too high. And then in tier 3, you know, you can core clamps, use the extra 5 points to, you know, put glove if you want to get those steals, interceptor of course, or challenger if you think you'll need that to help contest shots on the perimeter. So you can definitely find a layout that makes you a really decent defender for the stats that you do have. All in all, that's the build. I hope you've enjoyed the video and I hope you have a really great day.